all still and quiet. So for 5 minutes, everybody was still and quiet. I said, now ready? Let's worship the Lord. Just barely 5 minutes into worship, every one of them saw the Lord Jesus standing in our midst. Every one of them. Still and quiet. 2, your spirit and your soul, your thought and your mind must become one. You cannot be divided. Your thoughts focus on the Lord, but your mind, your intents flying around the whole world. It cannot work like that. Bring them together into oneness. When you come before God, you all must be one. If you are praying singly, this is what it requires. When you are together with a group, everybody must be of one mind. You cannot be thinking, when is this preacher going to finish his message? There is another session after that. And then we all need to go and eat. Yesterday itself he preached so late. When is he going to finish now? You cannot be thinking like that. Now let me share with you an example that pains me till today, even after 18 years. Oh, sorry, not 18 years. It took place in 1989. So 87, so that's how many years? 12 years or 22 years. After 22 years, I was invited to speak at a Lutheran church convention. 3 days. We had wonderful meeting. On the last day, the church committee gathered together to give me their offering and their gift and all that. And then they said, will you pray and bless us? So I said, all right. There were about 15 of them. They all knelt together in one of the elders' house, and I began to pray. As I was praying, the Lord Jesus appeared, and he said, I am now going to lay my hands and bless every one of these elders. Whatever words I give to you, you tell to them exactly like I show you. So the Lord Jesus went and stood beside one elder, and he will turn and looked at me, and he said, this is the word you shall tell him. So blessings after blessing, one by one by one. After 5 elders, when the Lord came to the 6th elder, he stopped putting his hand on his head. He turned and looked at me and he said, I am no longer wanted here. I am leaving now. I said, Lord, how can you leave? It's not over yet. There's still another 10 more elders, Lord. What about the rest? And the Lord, again he repeated, I am no longer wanted here. This man, and the Lord pointed his finger to that 6th elder, this man, his heart is not here. He's thinking in his heart right now. He said, when will this man finish his prayer? My poor wife is waiting at home with dinner, and I am staying in that elder's house. And my wife had cooked such a delicious food for this pastor. How come he's going on praying and praying? It's already 10 o'clock right now. When is he going to finish? My poor wife is... While the prayer is going on, he's thinking like this in his mind. I was so upset. And then the Lord said, I am leaving. And the Lord disappeared. I didn't know what to answer to the rest of the elders who asked me, how is it that you're not praying a blessing over us? I didn't want to insult that elder or expose him in front of everybody else. I just kept quiet. I was very, very upset. And this elder took me to his house. Unfortunately, I was staying in his house. So I changed my clothes, and the wife came and warmly welcomed me. Said, brother, we have been waiting for you. I've cooked all great, delicious dishes for you on your last night with us. I came and sat at the dining table, and the wife showed me all the delicious food she has prepared. And before we said grace for the food, I looked at the elder and I asked him, tell me, did you thought like this in your heart when we were praying? His eyes went wild. His wife didn't know what was happening. Said, tell me, did you thought like that? He hung down his head and he said, yes, I thought like that. I said, How in the world could you think about eating food that will perish when so many people had missed blessings because of you? Their blood will be upon your head. And I got up from the table and I walked away. I said, I will not touch a single food in your house till the day I leave here and I leave. Because this food in your household shall be cursed. And I left. I locked the door, and the wife and the husband then told the wife what had all happened. And she got so mad with her husband, she scolded him. How can you do like this? And both of them came and pleaded with me, asking for forgiveness. They said, we are so sorry, please come in it. I said, I will never touch, not even a cup of tea in your house till I leave. If you can give so much importance to that which will come out of the body, that you don't care for the presence of the living God. Because that elder knows so well that the Lord Jesus himself was standing there, placing his hands of blessing upon every one of them. How then dare he think otherwise? The following morning, the wife brought me a cup of tea. I said, no, I don't want any tea. Take it away. And immediately I changed my clothes and I left the house. Now what happened that day? There was a chain of unity all around the elders. But when that one particular elder thought otherwise, the chain of unity was broken. See, that is why when you come together to pray, it is so important that everybody must be of like mind.